All right.
World, welcome. This is another episode of Man's Minute. Um, y'all caught me eating. Last
Oh
bit of
shit! I
breakfast.
didn't know you was eating, man. I'm
It's
sorry.
all good. It's all good. I'm almost
All
done.
right.
One more bite. All right, I'm done. all right. Welcome, world. Like I said, this is the OG H Rock. That's my co-host Mark Miller. This is Man's Minutes podcast. I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
What's
Um,
happening, everybody?
yeah,
I'm trying.
man.
I'm trying to grow my beard again, so excuse the look.
Mhm.
We were
I've been
just in
thinking about
discussion.
chopping mine.
Huh? You chopping it again?
I'm thinking about it. I don't like how it look, man. That's it. I don't like
Look
my
all
way my
right to
shit
me. It
grow.
looks pretty good. It's
I don't
just because it's going through that transition
like-
of black to gray. And that would get me sometimes. That's why I cut it every now and then. But then again, I kind of miss it. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it again. Though. I'm gonna trim this mustache down. I'm gonna chop this shit down. Just
All right.
take a couple years off.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, man. So been a lot of things going on in the last week or so, and since we done popped back in here, man. And I mean, we already been chopping it up, so we can pretty much just pick up where we left off at. So for those that are tapping in or about to tap in, what we're talking about right now is Trump and his Iran deal. Like I got on the ticker right here, excuse me, it says Trump rejected the deal that Iran offered because he didn't what was the fine? I forgot the fucking. Oh yeah, they wouldn't take nukes off of the plate, off of the
Well,
table.
they never had nukes. That's the problem. And they keep talking
Well,
about when they were 2 weeks away from getting a nuke. Everybody, all the experts said, nah, that's not happening.
Well, I mean,
And
I'm assuming at this point, since Trump said they done blew everything up already, that they're talking about their aspirations
yeah,
to.
did you hear that bullshit? Pete
Yeah,
Hegseth talking about they may be thinking about it. We want to destroy you. How you can't destroy an idea? And first of all, if we had the guardrails in place before with
yeah,
Obama, and
yeah.
you screw and Trump went and fucked with that, tore that up. I mean, come on, you people, he's our president. Everybody's president right now for the United States. I get it, you
Yeah.
know. But there is a point where it's like, dude, you're just doing shit to do shit. It seems like to make yourself look better, and and
Yeah.
and, and you got experts, you got people that have been doing this for years is telling you this ain't the case, you know, and you just ignoring all that information, and you're gonna listen to your buddy BB over there in Israel told you to, oh, you need to do this, and look where we're at now. Now you done started something that you kind of can't get out of it without embarrassment, which you hate. As a president, you hate this shit. Being embarrassed. But that's hey, what is your alternative? You gonna put troops boots on the ground for what? You
Well,
don't even know.
we already got casualties. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah,
not.
they blew up that base over there. So you need to think
Now,
about it.
now, and now, if you don't follow through, it's going to be looked at as you kind of disgracing the sacrifice now that those
I'm,
guys made.
well, you know what? That's happened before. Okay, this ain't the first time. Shit, they blew up Beirut
Yeah,
back
true.
in the 80, 84, I think it was, or 80, I can't remember, 83. I
Mhm.
mean, we lost 250 Marines at one time,
Yeah, that
you
burns.
know,
I remember.
so it happens, uh, and I get it. It's not cool, but we didn't go to war over it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
We realized we in a place we probably shouldn't been had or been better prepared. And
yeah.
that's where the disconnect comes into place. Just like work or anything else. What is the main thing? Be prepared. What's the main thing they tell you? Be prepared.
Yeah.
That's any job that you do. So why are you putting our troops and our best equipment in harm's way? Because you ain't prepared. I mean, and not being fully prepared for
Yeah.
whatever scenario or comes up.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's been kind of bugging me. Because just to watch the incompetency of Pete Hegseth is mind blowing. You know, and
Yeah.
that dude's an idiot. That dude's straight up idiot. All he knows how to do is talk. You know, and he doesn't have the shit he's talking about.
Yeah.
Dude quoted
That's why what I was telling you
first from a movie.
What I was telling you before, man, that it should be mandatory that all of these guys who have something to do with the way troops move, setting the orders that put troops in harm's way, all of them have to have some sort of military experience.
He does. He was in the military. He's that. That doesn't make him be not an idiot, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that too. Because the way I'm looking at it, I mean, I feel like all of these fucking politicians.
I thought you were talking about Pete Hegseth.
No, I'm talking about just like in general, like these guys that they have running our military and sending the troops into harm's way don't seem to be people that ever had boots on the ground for themselves.
It's always been the case. You got politicians and big businessmen calling the shots on a lot of this stuff. That's what happened in Vietnam. That's why that thing ended disastrously. None of these people had a clue, what it was like to be in combat, or didn't care what it was like to be in combat. So what do you want to say? I don't know what happened. Iraq War, same thing. You had a lot of these people, thinking that this was a clean and easy war they were going through. These guys were freaking traumatized.
Yeah, seeing their buddies blown away. That's just
blown away, man. You had to wake up every morning thinking about, is this the day? Because of all the IEDs that were planted around these cities and stuff. You couldn't detect these things because half of them were made out of wood or whatever. So it's not like you can, have a metal detector find these things before they blow up. No, man, it was pretty scary. That would mess a person up, So I got a number of respect for these guys that come back, man. This wasn't no easy thing that they did, even though we had the far superior firepower, that meant nothing when it came to urban warfare.
Guerrilla warfare is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is. So and these people are too much, man. They're greedy, and you're starting to see it in full display, arrogant, Like that dude Scott Jennings on CNN, man, that he sits in as a commentator or whatever, man. Yeah. Dude is losing it, man. He had two people ask him really simple questions, but because these questions had to do with Donald Trump, and it was basically a yes or no question, they're getting in arguments, ready to fight, cursing. Yeah. Like, it's a simple question, It's a yes or no question.
It can't be seen as going against the boss.
Exactly. And that's scarier than anything. So you don't give a fuck about nobody else as long as you please the king. And that's what it's looking like. This is like kings back in the day, old days. This is what a king would do. If you didn't like what he heard or saw, you're done. You're done. They won't find you. And nobody gonna say shit. Right. So keep your eyes open, people, and don't let this happen, man. Don't let this society and this country turn into something like that.
Okay. That's a good segue into our next subject. You saying don't let them, and I'm thinking in my mind that since we had this, let me click the ticker real quick. Since we had this vote, I was assuming that at some point that it would be stated on the news whether we won or lost, and so
it was on CNN. It was on CNN.
I must have missed it then, because I'm waiting on it to be like blasted around like they were blasted.
No, why would they blast it around?
No, hear me out. I'm talking about blasted out the same way that in the same fever that in which they had us trying to vote one way or another. You feel me?
Well,
the way they were pushing go to vote on the 20th or 21st or whatever it was.
Did you vote? Never mind. Don't say that.
I was told since I moved here, I'm a felon, so it's no longer an option for me.
Okay.
I voted every other state I've been in for the last 8 years.
Yeah. So this is what makes you wonder about the whole thing. Just what you said makes you wonder about the whole thing. Both sides, Democrat, Republican is, wait a minute, you had commercial after commercial pushing vote, and all this other stuff.
Right.
And then was this a Democratic leaning issue as far as get out the vote?
I'm trying. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not totally aware, just because of the fact that I'm not really sure how Virginia went in the last election. I'm assuming a lot of Virginia flipped last time.
Flipped back to Democrat?
No, turned red.
Oh yeah, they turned red with Youngkin.
Okay, so I'm looking at it like, so if they're pushing a redistricting vote, and the aspect I was getting it from is like they didn't want it to happen. So
they don't. This was
so I'm assuming that where I was getting the commercials from, it was the small pocket of Democrats left in Virginia.
Okay.
So that leads back to my point. I'm trying to figure out why, if they were the ones that were pushing, that hurry up and get out there and vote. We need to stop the redistricting. After the vote, days after the vote, why am I not hearing whether it was successful or not? That's
because they won the vote, and I'm assuming they're not going to wait because they won the vote.
They did.
Republicans won that. Republicans won that. So
Republicans
there's no
won.
Huh?
You say Republicans won the vote?
Yeah, they're not redistricting. Democrats wanted that redistricting to happen. They thought it was because it happened in Florida, not a problem. Happened in Texas, not a problem. I think it happened in.
All right, so answer me this real quick.
Yeah.
Voting no on the redistricting would have been against it then.
Yeah.
So that's what I was hearing then. Oh, see, I see. The thing is, the lines.
It's their wording.
Yeah, the lines have been so blurred that listening to those same commercials, that one wording right there had me under the impression that it was Democrats asking me to stop redistricting because it was in our benefit, going by the commercials. So now basically what you saying was that was the fucking Republicans telling me to stop the redistricting by Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, wait a minute, who was pushing for? So you're saying Democrats were pushing for?
No, what I'm saying was I wasn't aware of which side it was I was even listening to in the commercials.
Okay.
So that's why I'm confused, because I'm looking at it like we wanted to stop the redistricting then, and that was the Democrat standpoint. Because I'm thinking that the commercials I was hearing was the Democratic stance on the subject, and that's what I lean to. So I'm okay. Stop it. Yeah, no redistricting. And
they needed to redistrict for more Democratic strongholds in that state.
So the way they had it worded to me was that Trump had already started redistricting to make more seats for Republicans.
And it was Democrats were redistricting for more seats for them.
Wow.
And it was they had an advantage of 9 extra seats, and it took away, it added 4 to the Democrats, and it took away 5 from the Republicans, which would have left it at 1 Republican seat and 10 Democrats seats.
By keeping the redistricting going. That's weird though, because I swear
that's if they got the redistricting to go through.
Yeah, so they didn't in the end. Long story
short.
No,
it went back to what it was, 5-4.
Yeah. So once
again,
I
mean, hey, next time I had to do it with my state. Yeah, next time I had to.
Isn't that paving the way? That's paving the way for Trump to set up a third term, right? By doing it. That's the end result.
I mean, there's also he has to be put on a ballot and stuff like that, So you'll find out after 2026 midterms.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had to do it with my state. All you gotta do is Google that shit, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know. What's going on with the vote? What are they voting on? And that way that'll clarify all that,
all right.
Any questions, because they'll word it and have you confused. Am I voting against or for? What am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? Because just the way they worded it.
I felt luckily I didn't vote, because I would have probably voted to stop the shit. And the way they had it worded, you know what I mean? Luckily I wasn't able to vote. So, all right, if anybody unclear on that, like Mark
Google
suggests,
it.
I suggest
Google it.
Google and check the
Yep.
laws in your state.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Let's see what we got next. Okay, Spirit Airlines. It's kind of my throat hurts. It's kind of like a ripple effect from the Iraq War, I guess you would call it.
Gas prices, yeah. They're saying that.
Oh, that's the excuse.
Where everybody else is running just fine. I don't understand how that would have made the margin. You could just raise the price of your tickets to cover whatever the gas costs, like everybody else is doing.
Right.
So it's something more to it than that. They just blaming it on the Iraq War. It probably was a merger that didn't go through or fell through, and they've already been bankrupt. I don't know how many times, and it just probably they weren't paying their notes.
Yeah.
And I bet you that's the real reason. They just weren't paying their notes. They're already in bankruptcy. And if they, you miss a payment on bankruptcy, it's a wrap. You come get your shit, So I'm thinking that makes much more sense than the gas prices went up. So you got to shut down the airline. It don't make sense,
Well, maybe they couldn't afford the addition to their bottom line to have to buy more gas. They'll pay more for fuel when the company already struggling.
I mean, that could also be a possibility. To me, it doesn't make sense because you got other companies that are. None of these airlines are making a whole lot of money,
Right.
Unless they raise their prices, unless people pay for those tickets, they ain't making no money. But there's no shortage of people that want to fly, no matter how much it costs. So they're just baking it in the cake. I don't see how Spirit is different from the other big 4 or 3.
Yeah.
JetBlue is still in the game,
Yeah.
So but the only difference is Spirit has been filing bankruptcies, multiple bankruptcies, and I think they just filed one. And I don't think they can,
Maybe they got tired of fighting in the game. Say fuck it, took a bailout or something.
I know of a lot of people that fly Spirit. It's cheap,
Yeah.
So again, I don't think nobody. Excuse me. I don't think anybody is not flying these airlines. I'm saying it's got to be something more to it. There's something more to it, and most likely it's a financial thing or who Spirit owes money to. Somebody's not paying the bills.
Well, hopefully a little bit more comes out about that. I just picked that as.
I don't understand why somebody didn't just suck up Spirit, just merge it with Spirit. There's something to this, because normally they would just sell the company and they'll join forces, and that way keeps it still running,
Get buyout with TWA.
Yeah, buyout, yeah. And it would still be running, and you make more money now, unless they were that far in the hole, which I don't understand that either. I don't see how you get yourself that far in the hole where nobody wants to mess with you. So there's something else to this.
Reputation has a lot to do with that too, though.
Yeah, but they just painted their planes. They look pretty cool now. I don't know, man. Other than just, I mean, they've always had a history of crappy service, because they were just cheap. They're low wages for their people that work the airlines and all this other stuff. So you only get to go so far with that shit,
True.
And then, so anyway.
Well, all right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, this one has been something that's been popping up a lot lately.
This is new to me.
Well, I've been watching the news, and I've been seeing there's 2 pretty not familiar, but popular cases that have popped up in my area in the last couple of weeks. 2 kids were found with guns at school.
Okay.
They executed raids on those kids' houses and found like 6 more guns in another kid's house. And 4 of them in the room and 2 of them outside of the room, but 4 of them in his room. The other kid, I don't think he had any more guns, but he had the printing machine used to make ghost guns.
These are two white kids.
I haven't determined that yet. I haven't seen a picture of either one.
I don't think well, you can't really say, man. This is technology that a lot of people taking advantage of is the 3D printing, you know.
Right.
They're not that expensive now, you know. They're not out of reach. I think $1,000 buys you a decent 3D printer, and the material is relatively cheap. So, wow, I haven't heard anything. That's what I was just asking. Is the demographics of this the situation?
Yeah, it's I think Virginia, if I'm not mistaken, Virginia area where that happened. That yeah, one of them not too far from here.
Yeah, did it happen in Newport News or did it happen?
Yeah, no, like I'm talking about like DMV, Virginia area. This area, like Prince George's County, Maryland.
County.
What is it? From northern to mid Virginia, and
what is that? Predominantly white. I
know
know Southern Virginia is predominantly black.
It's mixed pretty much all over.
Yeah, that's true. This is back east, and it's yeah. So we don't know. You're just saying.
Yeah. So I haven't really seen no pictures of them yet, though. It's just wow. Yeah, they haven't specified. My wife says, but it's just wild to know that that's still like a big thing these days, even in all this technology.
Well,
one of them had a switch. You know what I'm saying? So
and this is the blame. Well, partial blame. You got it. I hate to say it, but it is the truth, probably, or I believe it has a lot to do with it. It's the parents. Yeah. You're allowing, you're not keep. I understand you don't want to be on your kid, like he has no freedoms or whatever. But then again, it's hard, man. Like I said, you got the internet. And then once that kid leaves the house, hanging out, you don't know who he's hanging out with and what access the friend has. Right. Then we go down that slippery slope, and you can't keep the kid locked up, but sometimes you want to.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
I mean, because ain't nothing worse than your child ending up in prison or getting killed for something that definitely could have been avoided.
Guns had no place in school, man. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
You're there to learn. There's no reason to feel the need to have to defend yourself in the learning environment.
I think it's more so. It's not even defending yourself. I think it's more so hanging out. Oh yeah, I agree. But I think it's more so being the cool kid. I don't think it's so much defending. But it only takes one time for that to go wrong.
Yeah.
And then a couple people shot, maybe a couple people get killed, whatever. So I agree with you, but keep them out of school, but you really need to keep them out of their hands, period.
Or they're just living that thugged out lifestyle when, that thugged out lifestyle, selling drugs, using drugs, being in that realm kind of depicts that you have one on you. Because you're gonna come across people that's unsavory in that world.
Yeah, they're gonna rob you. You're gonna get robbed. You don't even have to be another drug dealer robbing you. You can have a crackhead rob you. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't careful. So I don't know. My advice: stay out of that world. I can't see drugs being that lucrative nowadays. It's just they're really cheap.
I don't think they went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I just think that they're being overshadowed by other things. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody tripping off what crack is doing no more, but I'm sure it ain't disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Marijuana is still up and about. It's a popular drug, always has been. The drugs with the stigmas on them, nobody's gonna talk about anyway. Not till they have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That's all. That's a no-no for all you kids out there. Make this a PSA, man. You need guns at home. If you gotta have it, hey, I get it. It's some rough ass neighborhoods and rough ass situations out here. But I have yet to find the real need to have one in the learning.
Well, I was going to say that. I don't know if there ain't no situation, no real situation. If the situation is that deep, you need to go talk to somebody. You need to go let somebody know.
Get some help. Get some help. If that's what it is, get some help.
Yeah, because I can't see you every day have to run through a gauntlet, of thugsters and and everything else, that you need a gun. You're gonna have to shoot somebody. That shit is permanent.
Yeah, how much can you learn? How much can you learn anyway when you're wondering about if you're gonna get blown away at school? So,
yeah. And again, it would be, it'd be heartbreaking, if one of my kids got hurt or killed because we had some punk or some scared ass dude in school with a gun he shouldn't have had. That was always my worry.
That'd be the whole thing, man. If it ain't there, it can't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take the ass whooping, bro.
Exactly.
Take the ass
the means is taken away. Yeah. And
Pop Smoke was a perfect example. He was a little skinny ass kid.
Yeah.
These dudes filmed him in a bodega, taunting him and like picking on him and smacking him out, playing with him like a sucker type shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this nigga he caught one of them dudes went back like 10 years later. This nigga was swole, you know what I'm saying? Big and ready for that shit. And he showed him what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my whole point though. I mean, he got killed later, but that wasn't nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, later on in life, you can live to fight again though. That's the whole point.
Oh yeah.
You live to fight again. You ain't crash out, you ain't kill nobody. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you showed them, you know what I mean? Now what? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Stand up. 10 toes. But hey, all right. Let's move on.
That's what I had to grow. I'm sure you grew up in that era too. I grew up definitely in the era. You gonna get your ass kicked once or twice, maybe. It ain't the end of the world. That's the point. It ain't the end of the world. They may clown you for a minute, depending on how bad you got your ass kicked.
You handle that shit.
How fast you ran out of there, But again, it wasn't a death sentence, and people, forgot about that shit quicker than you think, unless you actually caused the problem, started causing the problem, and then got your ass kicked. Then they might think about that a little longer,
I remember even in my day in school, cops used to bring guns to school. That's why I marked it like that. Is it a trend or no?
Man, it's been going back and forth. These kids, like, I thought it was really bad in the 90s. I thought the 90s, motherfuckers had guns. Kids had guns. I knew a bunch of dudes that, their little brothers, they had guns, they was always strapped, and so that went across the board. White boys, Hispanics, blacks, it didn't matter.
But I also correspond that too. That's the reason a lot of them brothers ain't here right now.
No, a lot of them didn't make
access way back then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I was with the crowd that was right up under them niggas. The older niggas had guns. We ain't have them yet. We were still doing this.
Yeah.
So that's why we saw what happened to them. Toting guns all around. Now we know necessity only. It ain't a toy. It's not a shiny piece to get you some sort of pat on the back.
Yeah.
To get your ass life.
Yeah.
So all right, let's kick it. I got well, that's pretty much it. I got one more. Something a little slight on my shit. Here we go. Hey, this is also my personal little PSA. You feel me? I don't know how many of y'all check me out on TikTok, but I also want to put it out there that I appreciate the likes. I'd have made it all the way up to like 53,000 likes in one video.
Nice.
So, I haven't got close, but I haven't got back there yet. I'm trying to get back. So that's the point of this message. I like people to check me out. That is my Discord name. If you guys friend me on Discord, I can add you to the cities that I stream in. And I like doing RP, which stands for role play in the game. So, if you guys, got it in you to RP, play role play with us, you come in there, you play your role. You could be a PD, which is a police officer. You could be an EMS, a nurse, doctor, you can be a gangster, you know what I mean? You could be a business owner, civilian, it's like anything you want to do in there, but it's a lot that comes with it. So if y'all down with that, man, check me out. You know what I'm saying? OG MCH Rock on 5M servers. My favorite city is Spurs City V3. Check me out. Come fuck with us. So on that note, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just out here dealing with this funky ass Ohio weather. God bless, man. I don't see how you did it. This motherfucker hot one day, cold the next.
Yeah, oh, in Ohio? Oh. Yeah, bro. That shit was weird. It's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's weird as hell.
Oh man, I'm just like, I don't even know what to do, you know.
They say it's gonna be 80, you go out there in a t-shirt, you fuck around and get icicles on your back.
Yeah, that's what happened the other day. Motherfucker woke up in the morning, man, my car had ice on it. Like, what's going on?
Oh, anyway, I want to tell you, bro. Yesterday, me and the wife took the kids down to the African History Museum.
Hey, nice.
And that shit was pretty smooth. I haven't been downtown fucking with the museum since I was a young kid. On a real
How far is the drive to DC?
So from my house, man, it's like an hour and 8 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad. An hour, shit, that ain't bad at all. You know,
it's not gonna ride, but you know, it's something slight. But,
well, this is what you have to do, and this is a good example of what you're supposed to do as a parent. You're giving your kids knowledge. You're showing them there's a world outside of that, outside of the internet. You know, you're exposing them. So my hat's off to you. You need to do more of that. You know, you should do more of that. You know, and I think that's where kids can have a better perspective on their daily life. Because there's other shit out there besides that, Facebook or TikTok or whatever. And then you leaving your house and then going to school. You don't know, and then dealing with the environment in school and coming back home and then staying in the house and staying on your phone and stuff. This right here exposing, hey, we do have a world out there, you know. We do have history, you know. We do have a lot of things that, you know, that's glad that you're exposing them to, you know. And you're at a cultural mecca.
They got a good look at a lot of things that were derived from our culture. You know? From music to business to architecture, all avenues of Black success and fame were showcased down there. From Shy Rock's tennis shoes to my stepfather's groups. Some of his bandmates, stage equipment, you know, guitars and memorabilia, clothes wise and shit like that. So it was pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? Pretty awesome. Got to go down there, man. Find out my kids.
And it's nice to remind yourself about history.
Hey, look, my kids ain't been alive since before Michael Jackson died, and they love the hell out of him.
Hey, did you go see the movie yet?
Oh yeah, we seen it. We didn't go see it, but I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I got a sweet movie app. That motherfucker.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay.
It was awesome, but it's pretty good movie. Pretty good movie.
Right.
I just can't get past. I couldn't get past the fact that was Jermaine's son playing Michael. To me, that kind of, you know what I'm saying. But he didn't do a bad job. He didn't do a bad job at all.
Right.
I give him that. He didn't do a bad job.
Okay. Well, okay. Who else from the Jacksons was in the movie?
It was, I mean, to be honest with you, it was centered, in my opinion, around Michael and his relationship with his father, somewhat his mom. His brothers were kind of like an afterthought.
Really?
Yeah. They had their scene, you know, with him, but it was like mainly how they got at him, like, you know what I mean, like how he got at them, like I mean, the way I could describe that is it was scenes in there where they would talk about Mike would like be pressed to do his own thing, and his father was the force trying to keep him in the house fucking with the Jacksons.
Yeah,
that's the group. And you know, he like said, I'm ready to do my own shit, and he's like, nah, nigga, I own you type shit. He, you know, his father was on one. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
I mean, how much truth do you put into this movie?
Oh, I mean, I would give
Are you
it.
taking it as a movie, or this
If I
was
had
like?
if I had to do 100% scale, just off the shit that has came out in the news and in other documentaries and from word of mouth knowledge over the years, I would give that joint at least 60%.
I'll have to check it out because I grew up with Michael Jackson, so Michael
Yeah.
Jackson is not too far from my age,
Yeah.
and I seen the path, and and I like to look at it just to compare. Okay, I could see that happening.
Yeah,
for
but
reasons.
they go through his life, but it's and yeah, my wife said they do it fast. They do it fast. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not. Yeah, they don't get into all of the details that some of the other documentaries have.
Then what? How is it a documentary?
It
Okay,
is,
let me stop.
but you
I'll
know,
get into the conspiracy theory behind this.
I would say it's a documentary, but it's like
It's a movie about Michael Jackson.
yeah, it's more about Michael than the peripherals. It's more about how he was thinking, what he was feeling, and like I said, the main focuses in the movie was his relationship with his father, somewhat his mom, and his brothers was the afterthoughts because he'll fuck with them in scenes, but the majority of it was how he was trying to do him. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, man, that's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
Just knowing him, and he was a Jackson 5.
Yeah.
I don't see the
no, but they didn't never make it seem like he didn't fuck with his brothers. They never made it seem like he had an issue with them. Like I want to fight Tito type shit. No, it wasn't none of that.
No, I'm just saying, even with his solo career, he was ready to go solo.
Yeah, he went solo, but it's like he did his solo album. He even did Thriller, but he's
still a part of Jackson 5.
But he was contractually obligated to basically come back and fuck with the Jackson 5 for his father's sake. His father, that was his thing. Listen, Joe Jackson in the movie was a big force because he's in that joint making promises to other promoters on Mike's behalf that Mike ain't even aware of. And then he goes back to Mike and try to get the okay type shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying from what I witnessed, Mike always was a Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Even though he had a solo career, that was just kind of secondary. Me watching him grow up, it seemed like it was secondary. He wanted to go do the solo career, but he was a Jackson 5. He came back, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're trying to portray here because I'm telling you what I witnessed.
Portray in every Jackson movie I've seen, the one thing that's always been the same is the fact that they try to make him trying to get out from up under his pop because of the way his pop was.
I get it.
I don't know his father, so I don't know for sure, but they've always portrayed this motherfucker.
Well, they said the dude was a trip. You can look at Joe Jackson and be like, "Ooh."
He was driven in a motherfucker, and I give him his respect because he whooped his motherfucking boys into some superstars.
Yeah, Michael was a superstar. Yeah. I don't really.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Michael carried the whole thing.
Listen, off of his drive alone,
he
carried the other Jacksons up.
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah. You feel me? Because he could feed off of all them other niggas. But Michael was the only one bucking the system like shit. I'm trying to do my own. Then he actually fired his father in the movie. Yeah. That's the way when he fired him. So he actually grabbed his nuts and was like, fuck that dude. You know what I mean? Get him out of here type shit.
Because Michael could have done both. And that's my point. He could have done both.
He did anyway.
Solo career and still been a Jackson 5.
He did anyway, but it's just how they went about
it. I think that was more contractual, but I don't think he really wanted to break away from his business.
In the movie, they made Mike stress it out. He put himself on hold to do a tour with his brothers. He did that. Then when he left, all right, I'm done with them. I'm gonna do my own thing. He did his own thing.
Yeah.
And what happened was his father, from what they portrayed in the movie, was jealous of him getting all the attention from these other big producers and people. They was going straight to Mike now. Like, hey, I'm gonna fuck with you. And Mike was fucking with him and doing these big ass projects off the wall with Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And started doing all of the motion that came with that. So his father got jealous and threw a dart in there. Okay, you doing this with them, but you still, I own you in your contract. You got to come and do this with your brothers. and he didn't want to do it at the time, but he was obligated to do it, so he had to.
Yeah, he wanted to concentrate on the solo thing. I totally get it, man.
All of that Quincy Jones shit on hold until he finished the tour with his brothers. Then when he did that, he went and started becoming more famous with Quincy Jones, and Quincy Jones helped him figure out how to fire his father. Got his father out the way. He got his father.
I mean, that was probably a decision that had like, hey, dude, you can't do it under these conditions. You got so much talent, you know.
Right.
And
yeah,
I agree. I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? We fuck with you, not them. You know what I'm saying? You got to get this tick off your body now. He's feeding off you.
It'd be a different story. Yeah, if his father just supported him. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, dude, you just can't support him.
He wanted
and you're gonna get, you know, if it's a money thing, you're gonna get paid. What do you want full control? He wanted full control.
They made it seem like it was Joe Jackson's business. It was his thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wanted full control.
So no, he had it. And the thing was, Mike wanted
full control with nobody instigating or tempting him to leave or to be a problem. That's what I mean by that. You know, he wanted 100%. Like, you know, no, you're over here. You know, even when you're over there, you're over here. You know, so. Okay, I'll check it out. But I believe if Joe Jackson would have just let him
nose job and shit, you know, because his father kept calling him Big Nose. There was a lot of psychological torture his father put him through.
That's crazy. And I mean, I can't say, hey, that didn't happen. I cannot say that because people are a trip.
Yeah.
Parents are a trip.
Yeah.
And it gets even crazier when money's involved, you know.
True that.
And you would think they would be happy with what they have in front of them, as far as, you know, hey, go do your thing over there. I'm gonna support you to do your solo career. You know, we'll work on some projects so you can come back and do the Jackson 5 thing. I just don't get it. You know, why? How hard is that? You know, it's, you know, how hard is it?
It only gets hard when people got ulterior motives involved.
Yeah, and that's where the sickness comes in, and the sadness. Is that what you said right there? You know,
Vitiligo shit had his mind fucked up. Then he worried about his parents. His father be calling him Big Nose ever since he was.
Well, that too, you know, and him not being around a lot of people growing up, and just being around showbiz and business people and image people. Yeah, that would probably bother anybody. It would bother me, you know, and you know. Yeah. I'm sure he regretted doing that, but once it's done, you know, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, especially probably, I'm sure that had something to do with all the headaches he was getting while he was taking the medicine and shit.
Yeah, he done fucked himself up for something that he could have, you know, I wish he would have had somebody to help him out.
Girl in his corner.
Yeah, that's it. Real simple shit, you know. But again, your father's a powerful being, you know. Especially when, you know, he has been the controlling factor in your life since you were born. So that's a controlling being right there. And man, he had nobody to counter that, you know, to balance that out. You know, that's the sad part. You know, I get it, you know, and that's extreme. You know, when you figure you're going to I'm going to cut half my nose off, basically. You know, that's extreme. That's psychological. You're fucked up. You know, and the fact that nobody talked him out of it, that makes it even worse. Like somebody went along with this shit. Like, dude, you don't need to do this, man. You're good.
Yes, man. Yep. Anything you want, Mike. Yep.
That's it. You know, so who knows how deep it got, man? And he had so much money, it wasn't even funny, you know. You know,
alpacas and giraffes running around in the yard and shit.
Yeah, he went and got him a zoo. Answer,
Mr. Bubbles.
You know? Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Pretty sad how it ended up with Mike, because like I said, I've heard him in some interviews. He never was a bad guy. You know, he just wanted to be respected, I think, for the most part. And he just didn't see it in adults. He just saw the cutthroat shit and, you know, people being assholes. And that's where I think he gravitated to the kids. I really don't think he was nefarious with the kids. I don't think he was doing shit like that to the kids. That's the only ones that he can have true company with,
Right. Well,
without
he
judgment.
wasn't never convicted of doing those shits.
He never convicted, but the fact that they accused him was pretty fucked up, And I'm like, if you think, I'm sure, and what they did to him, they talked that one kid into lying on Michael, what I'm saying, and had the parents involved too, I think. I can't remember. But, you can just talk to Michael Jackson and realize this dude is not that dude, Like, come on. Why would you put this dude through all that? But anyway, it's just pretty sad,
Yeah, I mean, shit. Mike was a good dude, you know what I'm saying?
I believe he was. I believe he was.
And still making money to this day. You feel me?
And it's sad because he wasn't able to raise his own family correctly. He was just doing shit. Hey, I'll get you pregnant, or I don't even know if he got her pregnant. But you're gonna carry my sperm, and that's when it just got crazy, man. Man, I wish they would have. Do we even know that those are his kids? Do they look like him?
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Oh no.
So that
like
I've seen a lot of products of black and white.
He got kids. I think about 2 brides.
But the fact that they were pretty dark skinned, the Jacksons.
So is he,
including Michael.
Yeah.
So that don't change in the genealogy, the genes of you. Just because you did bleach yourself, that don't change the genes. So
their moms was white though, so
the kid ain't coming out white though. Come on, man.
We've seen mixed kids. White, but they don't mean they're gonna.
They're nowhere. They don't look like any of the mixed kids I know.
Mike genes might not have been dominant. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's black. They were dominant.
I mean to the point where they could be dominant, but not running everything. Just because he's black is not going to make his genes dominant.
But yeah, I get that. No. But you can tell that the person is mixed, though. You can tell.
Yeah.
You can't tell those kids are mixed at all.
I met some girls that look totally white that had black mothers. You know what I mean? They look totally white. You wouldn't know unless they told you. You know what I'm saying? I swear. There's people out here, man, you never know. You can't judge by that, bro. There's a lot of people.
I don't know, man. Just like the dude that tried to shoot.
A lot of people out there, man. I'm telling you, you'll take one look at them and you would swear to God that they were white, bro.
Hey, I'm in Ohio now. There's a gang of mixed fucking kids running around here. And I've seen the parents, and you can tell they got the curly hair, blonde curly hair, looking crazy.
Now
all you can tell that.
Not all of them. I'm telling you. Not all of them. Right, some of them lean one way or the other. Some of them fall in between. I'm telling you, it works like that. Some of them.
I got to witness that for myself, man.
I'm telling you.
Because I've seen, you can just tell when they mix black and white. I ain't talking about Spanish and black. I'm talking about black and white. You don't really tell. Okay, yeah. You got that funny skin color. You got that blonde hair type. Curly, nappy blonde shit, Anyway, you got something going on that should indicate that your parents are white or one of your parents is white. I ain't talking about 2 light-skinned parents.
I've seen brothers, brown skin, nappy hair, mom white as snow.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, but look,
I'm talking about that's exactly my point.
I've seen girls that look white as snow, far darker than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Then you gotta wonder. I don't know.
About that. I'm telling you.
I gotta get a DNA test.
Surprise you. That's a surprise.
I don't know, man. But yeah, I hear you though. I hear you. I'm just
all right, man. Let's get up out of here, bro. We've been going over an hour almost. We have 49.
All right.
Let me see where we at. We got our last one in. So all right, people. Everybody in the stream, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the convo. I did. You know what I'm saying? This is the H Rock. That's my co-host Mark Miller.
Yeah, next week we'll go maybe we can talk about these assassinations on the president.
Oh yeah, that's
bullshit.
That's one thing
I want everybody to think about that during the week.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll
That's
be
something
the
to think
topic.
about for the week.
That'll be the topic. We can get some more info on that. That'll
Yeah.
be the main topic next
All
week.
right.
All right. All right. Have a good week, people.
All right. Y'all have a blessed week.